Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about some more utility razor pocket knife options and some that aren't so pocketable for a whole different gamut of price points and budgets. Start us off today, we have the Duratec. This is a 2-pack folding utility knife. It does not have a designated, model number or name really other than what Duratec has given it for the product SKU. And this one's a little interesting. It's very tiny, all aluminum, I believe it is. Not the strongest. It might even be stainless steel. They really don't tell you. It is a button lock, and this one is brand new. Otherwise, you can just push that lock and flick it open and flick it shut. This one is kind of interesting. For the budget, right, for the price of this, you really can't beat it if you're just looking for a small EDC utility knife. These come in right at $12.99, and they come in a 2-pack. So for $12.99, you get 2 of these little guys. And they're not bad. There is some blade play in there. Let's see if the camera can pick that up without inducing violent shaking. Maybe. Focus. It's going to be a belligerent camera day. So even though you really can't see it, it's all blurry, there is some blade. And I don't want to put my hand behind it. There we go. As we touch a razor blade. There's a little bit of blade play right in there. That's kind of annoying because even when it's shut, still kind of rattles. But $12.99 2-pack. So if you need a cheap little razor knife, you're pretty hard on them, and you don't care if it gets banged up, not a bad option. There'll be a link for all these below, and most of these you can find on Amazon or directly from the manufacturer. This is the Gerber EAB or Exchange Blade. These have been out for a very long time. So I remember running into these back in 2007, 2008, I believe. They're all stainless steel design. They are a little bit heavy. Gerber does not call this a pocket clip. They call it a money clip. You can put this in your pocket, but I would not trust it. This one is pretty stiff as far as its locking mechanism. It does have a fairly solid lock, right? I carried one of these for a few years and never had any problems or issues with it. The blade change out, you will require another tool to change that blade. That can be a pain for some people. That can be a deal breaker for some people. But that lock bar in there is very stiff. Not a bad option. These come in currently at $17.70 with tax on Amazon. There will be a link. Not the best option, not the worst option. Next, we have another Gerber. And I'm not sure what Gerber's trying to do with this thing. This is the Hybrid utility knife with a pry bar built into it. You can notice the pry bar does run the full length of the, well, I guess the body of the knife. It is a slip-out, full-size, one-handed operation with a full-size utility knife blade. Does have this little rope/wire cutter right there, bottle opener, and then your pry bar. And they're claiming that this thing is like 8 tools in one. To be honest with you, I probably would not buy this unless I was somebody that had dexterity issues right with my hands and fingers. It is kind of comfortable, even though it's larger if you hold it with your left hand. On the right hand, I find that this bottle opener kind of just cuts into me a little bit. And it's not really that pocketable. So if you're somebody that does a lot of work and you can have a lanyard loop on there and tie it off to your belt or somehow for quick access, maybe it's not a bad option for you. Maybe if you're somebody that gets a lot of boxes that show up inside of wooden crates, not a bad option for you either. Or if you do some kind of construction or industrial work that you require both a knife and a small pry bar, might be a great option for you. Next one coming in is the Giltech Ruck. We've talked about this one previously. Giltech Ruck normally runs you anywhere from $29.99 to about $35 shipped, depending on where you find them. Giltech recently did come out with the Ruck S edition, which is a lot cheaper. I believe they're going for about $10 right now. We're hoping to have one on the channel soon. However, it's a injection molded plastic. So you're not going to get the all metal quality. You may have a little bit more bulkiness due to it being injection molded plastic. These are not a bad option. So for $35, if you want to step up to something that's lighter weight, easier pocketability, not a bad option. You still have your rope/wire cutter right there and a bottle opener. built-in miniature pry bar. I would not use this for anything more than, you know, cracking open a pan of cane or a can of paint or putty. I apologize. It's been a long day. Not bad, pretty lightweight, easy to hide in the pocket. And I do believe they have a pocket clip option now available on their website that you just basically, it's a two-piece that screws in on the back of that, and then you've got a better pocket clip. Some people use this piece as a pocket clip. I don't recommend that. That sits so high up, wouldn't be comfortable. Now we're over to the TPT Slide, and these are more expensive, right? These are right at the $80 to $98 price range, depending on where you get them at and if they're on sale. You can buy these on Amazon or straight from TPT Design. It's not a bad, you know, little razor knife. Does not give you a whole lot of cutting edge, and as you can see, this blade has seen better days. One-handed operation, it's not bad. This new one from Aerocrafted, this is the slip side, and this one is extremely small, extremely lightweight, all titanium, with a built-in pocket clip, made in the USA. There will be a unboxing and overview video of this one posted separately from this video. I will say the first time I got it out, I was a little confused right on which way this opens, and it definitely comes out this way, but I did push it this way, and this pops up for changing out the blade, and it definitely bit me. Was not too happy about that. Now this thing is very tiny, it is very dainty, and it doesn't want to open right now. Let's see, there we go. Would I recommend this? Probably not, unless you are somebody that wants something this small. You have a need for a utility razor knife and it needs to be concealable, or your Appalachian Trail, you know, ultra lightweight backpacker. This thing weighs nothing at all. Maybe a couple grams more than just the razor blade itself in there. So if you're one of those people that is extremely weight conscientious, this is not a bad option for you. If you can get past how tiny and dainty it is, it almost doesn't feel safe to me with how small it is. With that said, you can also get these on Amazon. This little guy is 98 bucks, all titanium, American-made construction, so if you support Made in America, not a bad option. And then over here, this is a little bit of a bigger option. This is the Exceed Designs Tyrant V3, which has currently been my daily driver in my pocket since I got this. I absolutely love this razor knife. Love that it's a flipper. I think it's a great design. It's super comfortable, very good ergonomics. The blade change out's very easy as well. It's on ball bearings, so it's kind of fun just to play with. And they do have these in black and stonewash. These can also be ordered from starting at around $98, and they do go up because they do have other options like carbon fiber scales that you can get for the one side. The back side's always going to be titanium due to having the built-in frame lock. But you can kind of customize these, really make it your own, and I just find this one to be, you know, awesome. It's a favorite of mine. Next thing to talk about is, why would you want any of these? If you're not somebody that requires a utility razor knife, why do you want a utility razor knife? Well, if you primarily get boxes on Amazon Prime, you get your dog food, your cat food, your meal prep shipped to you, you're going to be cutting open a lot of boxes and a lot of tape. For something like this, right, this is a ProTech TR3 and Magna Cut, and this is a great knife. This is about a $280 knife, depending on where you find it. I carry this knife as well every day, and well, most days, and I love it. However, I would easily cut my steak with this. It's more than capable of cutting open cardboard boxes and cutting open tape, cutting a zip tie or stripping wires. I'm not necessarily going to want to do that with a more higher end knife where I may risk chipping or damaging the blade. If you're a knife collector or you're somebody that really likes to take care of your stuff, then you may consider one of these options for a utility razor knife, so you have something that's more hard use and abuse to spare your everyday carry knife from unneeded hard use and abuse. For me, that's very much so the case. Like I said, you wouldn't want to cut wires with a good knife. With these, you know, these are cheap blades that are in there. You can buy a pack of these blades for anywhere from $5 all the way up to $20, depending on the blade that you prefer to put in there. Sometimes you can get them for free from where you work. But yes, I would not want to hard use and abuse one of these guys if I had one of these available to me. And for a majority of us nowadays, we don't use knives like our grandfathers did. For a majority of people, we are using them at work to open boxes, using them at home to open boxes, cutting tape off of, you know, tape rolls or whatever it may be. These are a great option because you can gum up that blade, you can destroy that blade and not feel bad or guilty about it. And you're basically just paying money for the blade holder. So anyway, these options are all great for the most part. This one does worry me a little bit, but if you're somebody that needs a very concealable, lightweight utility razor knife, not a bad option. All these options, for the most part, except for this big chunky guy, would go great in the pocket. And this is our most budget friendly, followed by our Gerber. This one's just a hair cheaper than a Giltech Ruck, but you lose pocketability. You have your Giltech Ruck coming in, then these are your free, more higher range budget, well, lack of budget options right there. This one can run you well over $100 depending on how you customize it. These ones come right in at, you know, $90 to $98, and this one was $98 even shipped. So hopefully you guys find this helpful. Thank you, and until next time, have a nice day.